Good morning. This is a quick tutorial on how to hook up your account, your FTP account from your desktop to the server. Some FTP information has already been emailed to you. That's what you're going to need to be able to connect. I've already installed and opened FileZilla. Going to click on the File menu and go to the Site Manager. Currently, I don't have any sites in my directory, so I'm going to create a new site. I'll click here. I'll call my new site by typing in my first initial and my last name. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it Web2, or you can call it your name or my site, whatever you want to call it. Your host is the domain that was mailed to you, and that's going to be the username that was assigned to you. For example, -F Rodriguez. Usually first name, last name, or first initial and last name rather, .weareidt.com. The port for FTP is 21. Protocol is FTP. I'll leave that alone. Same thing with the encryption. The logon type is not anonymous, rather it's going to be normal. And once it's normal, I'm going to put in my username. The username assigned to me and to you is your first initial and your last name. If you already took this class, or not this class, but rather the Web Design 1, you have already been assigned this, and so use the same information that you used last year. You might have been assigned something different by another instructor. If I set up a new account for you for this class, then you'll have your first initial and your last name. If that doesn't work, it means that it's too long. And that happens sometimes for whatever reason. For example, it happened in my case that my username, F. Rodriguez, is too long. It's 10 letters and it should be only 8. So I'm going to delete the last 2 letters. So I just have the first 8. Your password is going to be lowercase e plus your student ID, unless you changed it last time when you took Web Design 1. Please consult that information. If you were just given a new account, it's going to be lowercase e plus your student ID. Mine is something else. I'm going to click on the Advanced tab once I put in all that information. Default local directory. I'm going to click on Browse. And I had already created a Web2 folder in my desktop, but I'm going to go to desktop anyway. And I'm going to tell it to create a new folder. And that's where you would type in Web2. Like I said, mine is already there. I'll just merge those two and make sure that it's selected, Web2 on my desktop. I'm going to select the folder, and my default local directory is now in my C path, users, my username, desktop, and Web2. Default remote directory is the same for everybody. It's going to be /public_HTML. By the way, if you're using a Macintosh computer, this pretty much looks the same as far as I've been able to figure out. Once all this info is put in, I'm going to click on Connect. I get this certificate announcement. You can tell it to always trust this certificate in future sessions if you want. I'll click OK. And since I already have some information in my public HTML, you can see there on my remote site that I already have all these files. So if you already took Web Design 1 here at El Centro, you may already have these folders. If this is the first time that you go into the server, this should be blank, and that's normal. On the other side, I have my Web2 folder, which tells me that anything that I want to put on this side, on the local side, needs to go into that folder desktop. More instructions to follow, but at least now you should be able to connect to your FTP account. If you're having any issues, please email me at the email that's provided in eCampus.